And what you're going to notice is that when we have inequalities with a quadratic, what you're going to try to do is get everything on one side and 0 on the other. So we're going to get all of our stuff on one side, 0 on the other. And what you'll notice is that in number 6, that already happened. Okay? So this is step 1. Get all stuff on one side, 0 on the other. Step 2, factor. So now we're going to factor this thing. If I factor 3x squared plus 11x minus 4, I end up with 2 parentheses and a greater than or equal to 0. In one of those parentheses I'll have a 3x, in the other I'll have an x, because 3x times x is the 3x squared. And I'm looking for 2 numbers that are going to multiply to give me a negative 4, and those 2 numbers also have to be somehow, when I multiply them all out with the FOIL thing, have to produce 11x. So the only numbers I can use are 2 and 2 and 1 and 4. And I notice that I have a 3 here, and 3 times 4 would be 12. So I need something kind of big to produce an 11. And then 1 times x would produce 1x. So I have 12 x's here, 1x here. I want 11 overall. So if I take positive 12 minus 1, that would produce 11 x's. And so the correct factorization is 3x minus 1 times x plus 4. And then that's going to be greater than or equal to 0. So that's the factorization. And then in the past, what we've done is when this was an equation and not an inequality, we would set each of these parentheses equal to 0 and solve them. I'm going to skip that step, and I'm going to do it in my head. This is how I think about it in my head. What number makes the right parentheses 0?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. So that's one of my answers. Negative 4. What number makes the first parentheses 0? 1/3. Positive. Now, if that didn't make sense, here's how it always works, if you want to write yourself a note. You always take the number without the x divided by the number with the x, and then take the opposite of the sign in the middle. Number without the x over number with the x, change the sign. Okay, if you need to write yourself a note, that's how you do it. Mason?
What?
I don't know, I heard your voice.
No.
No? Are you telling me I'm hearing things?
Oh, yeah.
I am hearing things?
No.
Are you talking?
Yes.
So I did hear your voice.
Yeah.
This is confusing. These things right here are called either critical values or critical numbers. So these things right here are what they're talking about. Now that's step number 3. Number 3, find critical values. Find the critical values. Questions so far? We're almost done.
The critical values give you 1x?
No. The critical values are what makes the parentheses 0. Negative 4 made the second parentheses 0. Positive 1/3 made the first parentheses 0. Those are the critical values. Anybody else? Step number 4. Number line. I make a number line. Here's my number line. What number should go on my number line?
1/3 and negative 4.
Awesome. 1/3 negative 4. Do it. Nike. Just do it. Do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. This is being recorded. What movie is that from?
Oh, Starsky and Hutch.
You're good, Joe.
With Ben Stiller?
Yeah. Good call. Everybody else is like, what? What is he talking about? Okay, so I put my critical numbers on the number line. That was step 4. The whole number line thing. Now, step 5. Test region with an S. So I guess that's actually regions. Let me show you what I mean. If I were to pick a number somewhere to the right of 1/3, let's pick an easy number, something that will make a lot of sense. Let's say I pick a number like 100.
Alright.
That's a number to the right of 1/3, yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, so I pick 100. I go back up into this parentheses on the left-hand side, and I plug 100 in for the x. I would have 3 times 100, 300, minus 1, 299. That's a positive number, yes?
Yes.
299. If I take that same number 100 and plug it into the second parentheses, 100 plus 4 is 104. That's also a positive number. And I don't really care what the number is, I just care about what sign is being produced. So I have a positive number times a positive number. The kind of numbers that are being produced off here in this region, when I plug in numbers off to the right in this region, are positive numbers. So I'm going to put a plus sign in that region. Maybe that didn't make sense. Let's try another one. Let's look at the region in the middle here. I want to pick a really easy number in between -4 and 1/3.
0.
0 is a great number. If you get to pick 0, and 0 is not one of the critical numbers, always pick 0 for that region. Super easy. Let's take a look. Plug a 0 in for x. 3 times 0,
0.
minus 1,
Negative 1.
-1. What kind of number is that? Negative. That's all we care about. It's negative. Plug a 0 into the second parentheses. 0 plus 4, positive. It's a positive number. With me?
Yes.
Negative times positive is a negative number. This region, whether I picked -3, -2, -1, 0, they're all going to be producing negative values when I put that number in. Off to the left. A number to the left of -4, something really, really hugely negative, like -10. 3 times, that was funny.
Ha
Well, 3 people with sense of humor, good job. 3 times -10 is -30, minus 1, -31, that number is negative. -10 plus 4 is -6, that number is negative. Negative times negative, positive. Last step. Solution. Look back up here. In the original equation, and in the factored form as well. See how it says greater than 0? What kind of numbers are bigger than 0? Positives. Notice how it says the same thing here? Oh look, here are the positive numbers, and here are the positive numbers. Do you see them? So when I write my answer, there's a gap. These numbers over here are, son of a gun, from -infinity up to and including -4. How did I know -4 was included? It says equal to on the bottom of the inequality. It says equal to, it's going to be a bracket. These number over here on the right start at 1/3 and include 1/3, bless you, and keep on going forever in the right-hand direction, which means I go to infinity. But you notice how there's a gap in the middle? If there's ever a gap You put this symbol. Looks like a U, it is not a U. It is the union symbol. And what it's signifying is that there is a gap. Okay, so you look at the inequality, get everything on one side. Factor it. Find the critical values. Make the number line. Do the plus minus thing. Write your answer in interval notation. Yeah. Questions? Okay, let's try another one. I'm not going to do the graph. You guys can do that on your own. Stop.